Shit, I don't know what's the reason. Every season, blah 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 blah, la reason. Okay. Yeah. Okay. How do I publish out? Can't. Alright, hello, I am AJ. I am about to do some coding practice. Yeah. I'm just setting everything up here. I'm using HackerRank. If you guys haven't seen HackerRank, they have a bunch of kind of problems that you can write some code to practice, and you can run your code and it'll tell you if you've done it right or not. It'll run it through many test cases. So when you go to algorithms, they have a bunch here. I think I like Leetcode better. Actually, let's have a look at Leetcode. That might be better. The problem I have with HackerRank is they don't have relative line numbers, which is something I use a lot. Let me sign in with GitHub. Nope, with Google. Why did this not work? Alright, hold on, let me figure out what account I already have on this. Maybe it was Facebook. Yeah. Okay, problems. This is very zoomed in. Leetcode. Two sums. So this one's pretty easy. Does it show what I've done? I assume I haven't done anything. What does this mean? Whatever, let's just do two sum. We'll just do them in order. I think I've done two sum a bunch, but I can't remember it too well. How's my volume? Yeah, pretty decent. Navigate questions, timer, debugger. Oh, it's a debugger. That's really cool. Yeah, it seems like Leetcode is quite advanced compared to HackerRank. Let's see if I can use Vim. Font size, key binding, Vim, boom. So now it's Vim, but does it have relative line numbers? Nope. Oh, you can't even get it on this either. Nope. Damn. Alright, whatever. We'll just pretend. We'll just have to manage. Okay, so given an array of integer nums and an integer target, return the indices of the two numbers such that they add up to target. So we got to find two numbers in this array that add up to the target number. So in this case, the target is 9 and the answer would be 0 and 1, because at index 0, and index 1. 2 plus 7 is 9. Oh yeah, it says that here. Cool. So normally the best, not the best way, but the way people advise you to start problem solving these type of questions is to do the most, like, the easiest solution first, and then start to worry about optimization and how you can make something faster and better. So what would be a really simple solution for this? Or you need to verify your email to execute. Should we go to HackerRank? Which one looks better? Nah, this has too much shit. We're gonna stay on Leetcode. Let me just verify my email real quick. What did I sign in with? Face. Jimmy Comics. Hold up. Let me sign out. Sorry about all this. Let me sign in with LinkedIn. As if I haven't. I swear I've like verified with one account before. I even paid for Leetcode at one point because it had like a Amazon sign up. The hell, dude, as if it, this website is so stupid. It should already auth me if I've auth with Google. Currently I'm, what the hell? Alright, we're back. Oh, see, I've already done toSum. And add two numbers. I couldn't do longest substring without repeating character. I want to do something easy. Roman to integers seems easy. Roman numerals are represented by this. Given a Roman numeral, convert it to an integer. Oh, cool. This seems pretty easy, I think. Has some rules though, like if you put a V before, I don't know, so V10. So this is 27? Yeah, 27. Usually written largest to smallest from left to right. However, the numeral for 4 is not 4, it's IV. Because the 1 is before the 5, we subtract it, making a 4. Same with 9. Okay. But that's, I think that can only happen with one I, or one digit. Like you can't have IIV to be 8. 8 would actually be, so you can't have IIX to be 8. 8 would be VIII. I think. This is, yeah. Yeah. Yep, see? Okay. So we get a string of the characters and we have to output the actual integer. Let's get to it. This music's actually kind of annoying me, so I'm going to turn it off. Alright, Roman numeral to integer. How would we do this? We'd go from left to right through each digit and keep a count. It's like summing, Summing the numbers, pretty much. Because you add them, right? Like, so 58, 50 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, right? 58, that's pretty simple. So, for const current numeral, let's call it current numeral, of s. That should work. That should loop through each numeral in s, and we'll have a dictionary here, const numeral values here. So it seems as they're coming in. See if I can copy paste from here. Oh, a full can. Does this work? Yes. Does this work? Nope. You can do oh, you can do macros here. Macro, boom, 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 boom. Was that I? Yeah, bro. So I use Vim macros to kind of make that a whole lot easier. There's a whole bunch of white space there, but I don't really care. So now we have a lookup of the dictionaries, lookup of the values for each numeral. It should make it a lot easier to add, so we can go something like if we just ignore the rule where sometimes we'll just assume that it's written largest to smallest, it would be really simple. We could go, we'll have a sum, and we go sum plus equals numeral values, current numeral, return sum. And that would just keep adding them. But when we get to something like this, that would actually be 6 and with this algorithm, because I'm not considering how when the smaller number is on the left of the bigger number, it actually subtracts it. Wait, what? X can be placed before L to make, oh yeah, 40 and 90. Yep. And I think the way we can do that is to look ahead. Actually, this should be in. So before we add, we will be like, if the numeral value values current numeral, first we're going to see if it even exists, and numeral values current, plus 1 plus 1 is greater than numeral values so if the next numeral in line has a greater value than the current one that we're looking at, which will happen here because 5 is bigger than 1. We don't want to add an else here because this will happen on the else. We want to actually minus the current number, so minus 1, because then in the next one we'll actually be adding 5. And I think that's it. So we can do an example here, XXVII. First one, it'll come through X, it'll check if the next value exists, it does, and if the next value is greater than the current one, the next value is X, it's not greater than the current one, X, so it'll just go here and add the current value to the sum, so 10, and then it'll check the next one, is V greater than X, no, so it add it. 20, is I greater than V, no, so we'll add it. 25, is I greater than I, no, so we'll add it. 26, is there a next number, no, so 27, so that'll work. What about this case? Is V greater than I? Yes, so the sum will be -1, and then is there a next number? No, so +5, 4. So I think that'll work. Let's submit it. I should have probably ran it first, but I'm too cocky. Oh, what? Not a number. Const I and S. Huh? Alright, so something wrong. Let me just do some testing here. To see if this will even. Zero undefined, 1 undefined, 2. Wait, what? Oh. Oh, okay, sorry. So this, I'm gonna call this I. Because what I meant to do was this. My logic is correct, it's just the way that I was trying to get the number out of the string was completely wrong. So this is kind of hard to read, so I might just refactor it in a sec, but let me just double check that it works first. Whoop. Whoa, now I can't click anything. Yep, cool. Okay, let me just make this easier to read. Current val equals S I const next val equals new S I plus 1. Is there a way to foolproof this? Null coalesce. I don't know if this will work, but this just makes it easier to read. Oh. Wait, if current val is greater than, wait, what the frick? No, this should be there. If the, wait, what? If it's IV, so if the next value is greater than, yeah. If the next value is greater than the current value. Okay, might get an error here. I'm not sure if you can do this or what the. What's the error? Hold on. Yeah. So do I not get? I was expecting an error, to be honest. Undefined, undefined, undefined. Shouldn't always be undefined. S+1. What? Debugging this. Current val I, current val I, current val I. That's good. For some reason it doesn't like I+1. Need to be in brackets. Doesn't. Something's wrong here. What's I? 0, 1, 2. That should work, in my opinion. I have no idea why that's not working. At least on the first one. 0 + 1, and then the S of... What? Hold up. What the hell? Let's try something here. Okay. Look, test 1. Whoop, sorry. Test 0 equals T. Test 1 equals E. Test 0 + 1 equals E. That's essentially what I'm doing here. Getting the next element after. But for some reason, it's not liking it. Oh, it's 'cause this is a... Hold up. I think it's 'cause I is a string. So... Oh, I'm gonna call it J. What about now? Yay! Okay, at least it works. Sometimes. Undefined. It's undefined, but it never... What about null? Nice. This should work in my opinion. Next value is null if next value no. Sum plus equals current val. No, not current val. We need... Oh, we actually need a numeral val for all of these. Is that what I called it? Numeral values. Wow, this ended up being taking a lot. Okay, pretty confident this will work. Yay. Submit. All right. Nice. Faster than 11%. That's not very good. It's not the most optimized thing. So now we can think about optimizing it. But let me just run through how this algorithm works. First, we make a dictionary of all the values. What each Roman numerals value equivalates to. Is equivalent to. And then we go through each digit or numeral in the inputted string. And we get the current value and then also the next value that we're expecting to see, that we're going to see in the string. If there is a next value, because we know at the last value there won't be a next value. If there is a next value and that next value is greater than the current value that we're checking, the current numeral, then we have to I might just change this to current numeral. And I'll change this to next numeral. I think that makes more sense. I'll get rid of it. Highlighter. Alright. So if the next numeral exists and the value of the next numeral is greater than the value of the current numeral, that means we have that condition where like ix iv is actually 4, not 6. So we want to actually remove the current value from the sum. Otherwise we'll just play it like normal and add the number to the sum. Okay, so I did my solution, well, my submission, and it was only faster than like 12% of online submissions in JavaScript. So let's see what we can do to optimize it. I have a feeling maybe this pass in is a bit expensive, so what we can do here is do a traditional for loop where we start from 0 and we go to the length. Let's see if this makes it any faster. Wow, much faster. Faster than 43%. And way less memory usage. Holy crap, I think that memory usage was like 18% before. Now it's 94%. So we're in the top 6% for memory usage. Very impressive. Any more optimization we can do here? I think this is like pretty much it. I actually didn't expect getting rid of that pass in to make it so much more efficient. I'm not really sure what else I can do here. Like it's already O of n. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. There's nothing obvious that I can think of. Alright, next question. How long did that take? Does it say? Is there a timer? I don't think so. Edit the settings. Shortcuts. Retrieve. Oh, full screen. That's like barely full screen. Notes. Oh, this is cool. There's notes. Toggle preview. Markdown. That's really cool. Alright, we'll use that next time. Oh, you remove console. Alright. Longest common prefix. Write a function to find the longest common prefix string amongst an array of strings. If there is no common prefix, return an empty string. Oh. Okay, so this is pretty much like given X strings, if all strings start with string Y, return string Y. Yep. Okay. So once again, I'm gonna go for a really simple dumb solution here, which is like no smarts, no optimized, not optimized, just to get an answer. The way I do that is by checking each string. So for current string of strings, we can just compare the first one because it has to be the most, it has to be a common substring amongst all of the strings. So we're gonna go with like an n squared solution here, where actually we don't need to do an n squared here. We're gonna take the first string. First string equals boom, and then for all of the other strings, I is less than. For all of the other strings, if it's not going to be n squared, but it's going to depend on the amount of characters. I feel like we only have to check 2 strings. Oh no, we have to check all of them. So for each subsequent string, so here's what I'd do. I'd go like, we have flower here, and then I'd check, does flow start with flower? We're gonna keep tabs of current longest prefix. I'm just gonna call it longest prefix, which will start off as an empty string. And then, okay, yeah, we'll take the first 2 strings. Check the length, compare the length, I don't know. I feel like checking the length of something is actually like optimizationally. Okay, we won't check the length. We'll just compare the first one every time. So does flow start with flower? No. And then we'll keep removing it with an integer. Does flow start with flowy? This seems, I think, like in my mind I'm getting like red flags that this is like very computationally expensive, but I'm gonna do it. And then it'll be like no. And then does flow start with flow? And it'll be like yes. And then we'll store that as the longest prefix. The longest prefix will never get longer. It will only get shorter. Because once something says no, it's like actually can't support what was previously the longest prefix, it'll shorten it. It's even if it can support, even if you see something else that can support even more characters based on what you've seen before, you can't grow it. So we'll initialize this to null and go forth with our method. If longest prefix equals null, wait, we don't even need this, do we? Oh, whatever. We'll check. Like this will always be this situation, doesn't matter. If the next string starts with the string I'm just gonna call this prefix now. Prefix, okay. If the string starts with the first string, oh, I'm not even doing an if here. If that prefix equals first string, else. If the string does not start with the first string, we're gonna have to start a for loop. For j equals first string dot length minus 1. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah. And j is greater than or equal to 0. J minus. So go from the end and then check if slice or splice? Slice. check if the substring. So essentially what this slice is doing is like on the first round it'll turn flower to flowy, and then it'll go through again and turn it to flow. I hope. Just check that starts with the last letter, goes minus. Might do -2 here because we've already checked the first one. If it does equal that, we can break out of this for loop. And then we'll go through again, and this time the prefix won't be null. So if it's not null, yeah, we're just replacing. Oh, this is what we do. Boom. That way we don't need this check. Because, yeah, if no, we don't need this. If the prefix does not start with it, yeah. Okay, well, let me just run this because it seems like it could. Oh, I'm not returning anything. What's the error? There's no error here. Hello. I'm just come home. Alright. This IDE is kind of trash for. Seems like I have too many brackets. Oh, here. Oh. Nice. Expected FL. First string. No. Hey, it accepted it. Okay, let's talk through this while I submit it. So first off, it will set this variable called prefix to the first string. Yeah. So the first string is flower. And then it's going to go through each of the strings and check that. So if the current string, which will be flow here, starts with flower, then nothing, go to the next one. But it doesn't. So if it doesn't start with flower, we're going to start slicing the prefix until it does. And if it doesn't, we're gonna return empty here. Is that what my submission was? Wait, I should have. What? Does this break not work? Flow. Break. Yeah, that's right. But it should only break this. I have a feeling maybe it's... Oh. Wait. Yeah. No, it'll still run this. Hold on. Yeah, if it hasn't braked and it's reached 0. Okay. Okay, cool. Try this example, see why it's breaking here. Huh. 0 to J. It's always being blank. What? Oh, is it because of this? 2 minus 2 is 0. Well, it's 0, J minus minus. No, it should still. What? Yeah. Zero to 0. What? Hold up. If you do a dot slice 0 to 0. Oh. How does slice work? Start to end. End not included. Huh. I guess you don't wanna. If they're both 0, you don't wanna slice. Wait, does this work? No, that doesn't work. Wait, does this work? Ah. Okay. Figure out what I want to do. Or wait, prefix 0. Guess yeah, when you have slide 0 0 it. Maybe we should never go to 0 then. But when you have 2 and you minus 2, fuck, I don't know, it's a tricky one. That should have gotten here. Damn. It's a very simple test. Oh, I didn't even get it into here. Huh. Does that mean it? -2. Oh, that's the issue. I think I'm gonna have to do this. What? Prefix of length -1. J is greater than 0. 0 to 1. Yeah. And if it's still, yeah, we'll just, yeah. Alright, let's try this. Still returning A. Why is that? Oh, because J never gets to 0. Shit. Why did I want to do 2? I wanted to do 2 because prefix dot length -1 is going to be 0. It's going to be 0 0. Nice. Alright, that definitely confused me a bit. Oh, nice. At least it worked. So how did I do it? So we initially set a variable prefix as whatever the first string is, so flower. And then we're going to compare the prefix, which is currently the first string, to every other string in the sequence, in the input. So I don't even use this max length thing here. So first we check if the string starts with the prefix. If it does, if say flow was first, and then we're checking flower against flow. Flower actually starts with flow, so we don't need to do any slicing or anything. We can just go check the next number, which is flight. Flight does not start with flow. So what we do is we slice flow one letter at a time. We go flow. Does flow without the W's? Does flight start with flow without the W? No, it doesn't. Alright, we'll take off another letter, so it's just FL. Does flight start with FL? Yes, it does. And then we keep doing that for each string. So now FL is the new prefix. So if we had flabbergasted, that would work, and then it would like pretty much work for each thing. And then it turns out that my runtime is 62% faster, which is pretty good. Let me see if I can think of any ways to optimize this even further. So if we could get rid of the second for loop, it would be great. Either get rid of the second for loop. There's like some small stuff, like maybe slice I don't know if this will work, but I have a theory. If the prefix.length is greater than the current value we're checking, then we'll set the prefix to the current string. And break. Not break, but I'll put this in an else. Put this in an else. Yeah. Now I don't know if this will actually be any faster. Alright, 62.3. Let's see. Oh, I just did run code. Oh, so it just doesn't even work. Huh. I wonder why. Why was the output FL here? Because flow is, oh, yeah, maybe we can't do that because it just overwrites it. All right, we'll take it. 65 ms. I think we're gonna leave that here. Thanks for watching. 64 ms. What? I didn't change anything and it suddenly got to 96% faster. I guess there's some kind of randomness. Let's see if I run it again, what I'll get. Did I change something? I don't think I did. Yeah, see, 65. Yeah, there is some kind of randomness. But yeah, thanks for